sound of gentle, heartwarming music and distant children's laughter. Have you ever wondered what goes on when we leave our kids with our pets? I mean, really leave them to their own devices? We see the cute photos, the quick little videos of a dog licking a baby's face or a cat sleeping near a crib. But what about the moments in between? What if I told you that in those quiet moments a kind of magic happens? A secret language is spoken, a bond is forged that's deeper than anything we can imagine. I want to tell you about Lily and Tom. They weren't just a sister and brother. They were the sun and moon in their own little universe. Lily, with her wild curly hair and a laugh that sounded like tiny bells, was fearless. Tom, a year younger, was her quiet shadow, his big, thoughtful eyes taking in everything. And then there was Max and Luna. Max was their golden retriever, a gentle giant with a heart as golden as his fur. His tail didn't just wag, it conducted a symphony of happiness. Luna was the family cat, a sleek black creature with emerald eyes who moved with the grace of a shadow and the aloofness of a queen. Most days, their interactions were what you'd expect. Max would patiently let Lily dress him up in a tutu, his tail thumping a steady rhythm on the floor. Luna would watch from the top of the bookshelf, judging them as cats do. But one rainy afternoon, something different happened. The power went out. The house was plunged into a sudden, quiet darkness, broken only by the sound of rain drumming against the windows. Their mom, Sarah, was in the basement trying to find the breaker box, leaving the kids in the living room with a single emergency light casting long, dancing shadows on the walls. Lily, usually so brave, started to whimper. The shadows looked like monsters. Tom, seeing his big sister's fear, buried his face in a cushion and started to cry. The quiet whimpers quickly escalated into full-blown sobs. And that's when the magic began. Max, who had been dozing by the cold fireplace, lifted his heavy head. He didn't just go to them. He crawled, army style, across the floor until his big, warm body was pressed against Lily's back. He let out a low, rumbling groan, a sound of pure comfort. Then he nudged his wet nose under her arm and started licking away her tears. Lily's whimpers softened, her little hands burying themselves in his thick fur. But what about Luna, the queen of aloofness? From her perch, she watched for a moment. Then in a single fluid movement, she leaped down. She landed silently, a puff of air right next to Tom. She didn't meow, she didn't demand anything. She simply walked in a slow circle and then curled up on his little lap, a warm, purring ball of black fur. Her purr wasn't just a sound, it was a vibration, a tiny engine of peace that seemed to hum right through Tom's little body. His sobs hiccuped to a stop. His tiny hand, which had been clutching the cushion, slowly uncurled and rested on Luna's back. When Sarah came back upstairs, flashlight in hand, she stopped dead in the doorway. The emergency light cast a halo around the scene. There, in the middle of the floor, were her two children, no longer crying. Lily was wrapped around a golden retriever who acted as her living, breathing teddy bear. Tom had a purring cat on his lap, his hand gently rising and falling with her breath. They weren't scared anymore, they were safe. They were protected, not by a parent, but by their furry, four-legged guardians. It's in moments like these, the unscripted, unseen moments, that we understand the truth. These animals aren't just pets, they are family. They are the silent protectors, the fuzzy comforters, the keepers of our children's smallest, most fragile secrets. They teach our kids about empathy, about loyalty, and about a love that doesn't need a single word to be understood. So next time you see a child with their pet, look a little closer. You might just catch a glimpse of that same quiet, incredible magic.